unnecessary intro song to totally waste your time. I remember the first time in high school I got accused of being left-wing. Well, I don't really. I remember it happened, but I don't remember who did it. Or why. Well, I know why, because I was a new waver who dressed funny and didn't have typical Mormon attitudes about things. Was rebellious. I thought for myself. Who could have imagined, you know? But I remember I didn't really even know what that meant. Left wing. What do they mean, left wing? I think it was followed up by faggot. Left wing faggot. Or something like that. Hippie. I looked it up eventually. I got the gist of it, basically. You know? Back then it wasn't. They didn't call right-wing people Nazis. It wasn't as extreme. The accusation wasn't mean as it is now. As mean as it is to call somebody right-wing, you know? But even then, it didn't take me more than 15 seconds to figure out that, fuck that, I'm not left-wing. I'm not right-wing. I have both wings. I mean, duh. Who wants a bird with one wing? What a useless bird. Can't even fly. I thought that was such a clever answer back then. Used it for a long time, up until about 20 years ago. Then I thought it was too juvenile. You know, I thought everybody's thought of that. You know, I gotta stop saying that. I gotta start saying something more clever. That I've got both wings, 'cause I can fly, 'cause I'm a real bird. What bird only has one wing? That's stupid. I think I mentioned that argument to somebody and they go, that's not the idea, you dummy. The idea is that the Republican Party is one wing, the Democrats are the other wing, and together the nation flies. It takes that. And I thought, yeah, but now you're just making me not only just left wing, you're just making me one tiny sliver of a feather on the left wing. But I can think for myself. And I don't come from one side or the other. I have things that seem to be on that side, and things that seem to be on that side, and things that seem to make that side mad, and things that make the other side mad. Everybody's always mad at me, and nobody's completely satisfied. So, if you don't mind, I will be my own bird. I'm my own bird. I don't have the attributes of either bird or either wing entirely. Not at all. I mean, more and more, the right wing, or the center right wing, which now it's getting weird, that would be the part that connects to the body, I suppose, you know, the joint, is looking more and more like me. And that's because conservatism changes over time. That's the weird thing about conservatism. It's not, well, radicalism and leftism changes over time too, but it tends to have to get more extreme because conservatism is swallowing and adopting the things that were once liberal. Ideas that used to be super left-wing, over time, once they're proven, once they've been demonstrated to work, get absorbed by conservatism. Conservatism just means slow adoption, methodical plodding along, not just taking the next idea, not just throwing out an old idea immediately for a new one that hasn't been tested. And that's kind of the liberal way. And I actually feel like a liberal many times because I'm impatient. So, yeah, let's just try it a new way. Fuck the old way. Who cares about tradition? I'm doing it my way. Without thinking about why an idea took so many years to develop in the first place. Without acknowledging decades or centuries or millennium that sometimes went into a lot of ideas. Oh, fuck it. Throw it out. Start new. Start fresh. Let's try it. Come on. What do we got to lose? And that's the fun attitude, right? It seems brave. Throw caution to the wind. Break from the pack. I have that inclination to do that as an experimenter and as a fool, to foolishly go into things. But the older I get, the more I realize that there is wisdom in things that have developed over millennia. Is it millennium? Millennia is plural. Yeah, there's wisdom in that. And the good news is that if you're patient, those liberal ideas turn into conservative ideas. And that's where we're at right now. You don't see the right wing, the center right, which makes up the bulk of the right wing. You don't see them complaining about gay marriage anymore. You don't see them complaining about gay people. Hell, they turned Milo, a gay Jew married to a black man, into a hero. What a oops, crap. I guess we can't say that's a left-wing thing anymore because people caught up. People realized, oh, wait, you mean many of my heroes are gay? Freddie Mercury on the rock and roll channel? On the rock and roll radio station? Not on the new wave radio station. But he is gay? And that guy from Judas Priest? Or Iron Maiden? Which one is it? Rob Halford. Ellen? Oh, God. Ellen changed everything. More than anybody. Look at all these politicians. They were waffling. Even Obama and Hillary on gay marriage. Everybody was slow. Conservative about it. Then all of a sudden Ellen comes along and disarms everybody. She becomes the person everybody wants to be best friends with. I literally had dreams that she was my best friend. I'm not kidding you. I met her once backstage at Saturday Night Live. And totally sweet lady. Maybe that's why I had dreams that I was her best friend for years. I haven't had them for a while, but for a few years there, I was having dreams that Ellen DeGeneres was my best friend. Yeah, I mean, I'm a crazy left-winger, who's now called a right-winger by all accounts. People don't care about that anymore. All these people that grew up, with left-wing values that have now been excommunicated from the left for small infractions, we're all living on the center right, and the tent is bigger. The tent includes all these formerly left-wing values. Or at least, I mean, it might not be pushing them, but it doesn't care about them anymore. And conservatism is, a lot of it's just, all right, conserving the status quo. What is the status quo? What has it turned out to be? Is there a part of the status quo, or the harmless part of the status quo? Let's just put it that way. And a lot of those ideas that used to be left wing turn out to just harmless status quo type shit now. Nobody cares about Ellen and her wife. Nobody. All these conservative old ladies in their houses across the country. Hell, I'm sure Ellen is more popular in the flyover states than she is even on the coasts. They don't care about that anymore. They've moved on. Conservatism has changed. It will continue to change. Some say not for the better, some say for the better. But it does change. So, yeah, I don't think people need to worry so much about being left-wing or right-wing. It's very hard to not get into the conversation, though, because it's so much part of the discussion now. Everybody needs to have a title. Whoa, what are you, Democrat or Republican? Personally, I'm more Republican if you just take the etymology of the word. Pure democracy, Democrat, scares the shit out of me. You know, you don't want 51% of the people telling the other 49 what to do. You know, no, you want a republic, meaning a nation ruled by laws and ideas and rules, so that the majority can't just take over and boss around everybody else. You want some laws, and you want the laws to be hard to change. You don't want to just be able to, everybody raise your hand. Who wants this black guy out of the neighborhood? 51% of the people raise their hand, and suddenly the black guy can't live in the neighborhood. Or the purple guy. You should always use purple as an example, right? Anyway, but, so yeah, I'm a bird. I can fly on my own. I can be independent. It's okay to be independent. You don't have to pick a team. You can vote on issues. You can look at people as sets of ideas. You can argue about ideas instead of attacking people. You don't have to be, you can benefit your team while thinking about your individual performance. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be obsessed with your team. You can actually use your own brain to its full capacity and benefit society as a whole. So yeah, be your own bird. An entire bird with 2 wings. Look at me coming back to my high school. What I thought was such a genius thing, and then I abandoned, thinking it was Juvenile. I don't think it's that Juvenile. I got 2 wings. Woohoo! Thanks for listening.